We've got plenty going on here at the UK Open in Minehead, with more first-round matches still to come. Over on board two qualifiers meet as Dean Reynolds takes on Andy Roberts. And here on the main stage, it's Holland against Hong Kong. How often can you say that in a sporting context? Ron Meulenkamp taking on Tingchi Royden Lam. Over to John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the main stage. This is the Coral UK Open, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. We are live on ITV Sport. Welcome to Butlins, Minehead. Time to meet our players. Please welcome Ron Meulenkamp and Royden Lam.
Chris Mason's hot-footed it over to the commentary box to sit alongside John Rawling.
And good afternoon, everybody. Looking forward to some great darts here this weekend, and I really would absolutely emphasise what Ronnie Baxter just said. You know, you've got to be in it to win it, and this, with the absence of Phil Taylor and particularly Michael van Gerwen, it's been thrown absolutely wide open.
It is. It's there. It's up for grabs. Up for grabs is probably one of, I don't know, maybe 15, 16 players that will really, really fancy this. And some players who are coming into great form. Your Chisnells, Whitlocks, never mind your Andersons, Wrights.
Well, Ron Meulenkamp is the favourite to win this one. The big bespectacled Dutchman, quoted at 2-1 on. And by my reckoning, as a left-hander, he would be the third ranked in the game behind James Wade and Mark Webster.
Yeah, I think so. Even in terms of ranking, I'd say you'd be there or thereabouts.
Royden Lam, 41-year-old from Hong Kong. His second appearance. Played in 2013. Lost out in the first round to Wayne Jones, who we've just seen a winner and setting up a match in the next round against Terry Jenkins, which is going to be an interesting one. He's always a dangerous floater, Jonah, when he's playing well.
Yeah, and he's in. He didn't play. He wasn't pleased with how he played in that one, but coming into this, he says he's been actually finding some good form, and he's had a couple of good runs at the Players' Championships recently. So who knows?
Well, Royden Lam with the darts. He'll be the one starting. Short format this. So important to get a good start. Kick in quickly. First to 6, and you're through into the next round.
Yeah, winning the ball's paramount in a race to 6. Hold your darts 6 times in round 2.
60.
If only it was that simple.
Hong Kong player Royden Lam represents Hong Kong in the last 3 PDC World Cups with one Scott McKenzie, not the same one who went on about going to San Francisco. This is the Hong Kong version.
Good player, and plays a lot of soft tip darts, which has quite a lot of success in. The electronic version of the game.
Royden Lam, who won his card at Q School this year.
Takes some doing.
And goes under the name of the Wolf. Not quite sure where that one comes from.
No.
If he
could be the hair.
Yeah, it's quite big hair, isn't it?
Mechanically, he's got a nice throw, stays nice and still.
60.
Nice backswing, nice release.
Meulenkamp.
Bit more of an aggressive action, that one.
Played in the Players' Championship here. That's a nice visit. Had a couple of good wins as well. Beat Stephen Bunting and Gary Anderson before being trashed by Peter Wright in the last 16. Hey, what about that performance by Wrighty last night? Goodness me.
Adrian Lewis, 109 average and got pumped.
123.
119.5 if you've not caught up with that one yet. That was what Peter Wright averaged. Treble 20 he needs for double 18. Well, it can't be done this time.
Second highest in TV history, I do believe.
Absolutely.
And then only a few weeks ago in an exhibition at Cheltenham, he played Michael and averaged 133 and beat him 4-0.
He is playing very well, Peter Wright, and he's. I mean, it really is a long overdue break of statistic that he wins a TV major, and it just might be 76. His weekend now. You never know.
I tipped him up a couple of weeks ago before the exclusion of Michael van Gerwen for a back injury.
Tops.
And after last night's performance,
he shows in the
first leg. Even more, but who knows?
Second leg are on to throw first. Game on.
Tidy leg there from Meulenkamp. 14 darts.
.57.
The bomb, Ron Meulenkamp. Quite a big bomb.
Well, when he throws them, they stay thrown. Really does. Put the dart in with quite some force, as you can see. There we go.
It works.
Practice is very, very hard. Puts many hours in.
Won a Challenge Tour title in 2014, and he's got to the quarter-final of a Pro Tour event. He's yet to get a ranking tournament
60.
victory, and in the World Championships, Meulenkamp gone out in round 1 in 2017 against Mark Webster, and this year against Mensur Suljevic.
41.
Pulled that one badly. 78 in front. Starting to fill upstairs on boards 3 to 8. It's absolutely rammed. Standing room only.
I was going to say, I've not been up there yet today. I think I'll have a little wander up in a little while and go and see what's happening up there. Looks quite a boisterous atmosphere.
Very, it's really good. Old school stuff.
We do
60.
Crowd down here getting into the spirit of things.
Vodka, gin, whiskey. Yeah, it's some venue when it's full
96.
on the Sunday.
And it does have its own special attraction, doesn't it, this particular event, because you do and you will get players coming through who, to the wider audience, are not big names, and it'll happen.
Yep. Tournament's made for it.
110.
And when you're playing in front of 5,000 darts fans, it's quite the experience.
Well, the
Make or break you.
break possibility now here for
50.
Lam.
You require 81.
Right, what does he fancy? 45 or 57? 16 for ball. Double 9.
72.
Right, Meulenkamp,
60.
20 for the hold, 60 for the holder throw on the 20s. Tops now for 2-0. A bit unlucky. Double 10.
I think it took a bit of a deflection. It dragged it down.
Oh, good dart.
Brilliant.
In the second leg.
Great composure.
He's a little bit.
Game on.
This is the second one, which you saw just kiss that. Well,
Yeah, caught the flight, didn't it?
Yeah.
Lam starting to force things a little.
81.
It's quite a shirt.
It is. Sort of thing you turn up in, though.
Oh, pots and black kettles are very careful. Stones in glass houses.
100.
You got something suitably outrageous for all days down here?
You know I don't peak early, John.
I've brought a slightly controversial waistcoat down, which I intend wearing one day.
41.
No cravat.
I've left the pink trousers at home as well. It's not really quite my style. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky.
120 floor. Yeah, the impetus was taken off by the deflection. It's unlucky. So is that.
60.
We often don't see how much room is left, because we don't get the eye line that the players get, but that looked like he should have maybe switched.
We're bringing some latest scores
96.
from around the boards. Dean Reynolds, good player, 3-2 up.
Tough game against Andy Roberts.
James Carroll, 5-3 up against Brandon Walsh. Just one more needed. Brian Dawson, good BDO player, losing 4-3.
140.
I'll let you pronounce that one.
Jermaine Watamina.
Yeah, good move.
All your favourites. They'll have their fans around the country wanting news, and that's what's happening on the other boards.
So will we. They that look that bad on day one, my goodness.
83. On your require 125.
Right, 125. He'll go bullseye with his first dart. He's missed it.
Well, a 25 would have done, but that was closer to the M25. More on the south coast. Good recovery. Treble 16 now. Or treble 8 would have done.
69.
Treble 20, double 18. The requirement for Lamb.
If he misses a treble, we might see a bit of double-double action. Well, it could be double 18 for tops. Not sure about that.
He's not throwing well, is he?
No. I've seen him play quite a lot.
Break of throw, imminent. Tops now for Meulenkamp for 3-0, and there it is.
Doubles have been fantastic.
Full flag are on to throw first. Game on.
So that's the double break.
Yeah, he's
Three
in a
legs,
position of comfort now, isn't he?
Well, you should see him start to throw his best darts now, because he'll be nice and relaxed. He's used to the throw, used to the surroundings.
Next match coming up after this one. Paul Hogan against Keegan Brown. That's a good match on paper. Absolute pick-em one with the bookies. They can't split him.
No, he could make a claim for both. That one. Enjoy commentating on that one.
60.
Yeah, that'll be a goodie.
Keegan Brown's had a bit of a lean time of it of late, hasn't he? He's burst onto the scene.
Oh, unlucky again.
23.
Love that.
It's bracing outside. I just had a little bit of a wander down the seafront earlier on, and it's a
60.
little bit of a nip in the air.
It certainly is. Well, either rains a lot or snows a lot when we're down here, doesn't it?
Tends to. Usually with a bit of a draft as well. Whistling in off the Bristol Channel.
Starting to really throw well now. In a comfortable position.
Lamb a long way back, Meulenkamp. Perfectly poised to go 4-0 up.
60. On your require 138.
So 138. He's going down the bottom of the board, I think.
Yeah, 6 19s leave 24. Absolutely miles in front.
You feel a bit for Royden Lamb, don't you? He's just not settled into the match at all. And
No, he probably could have done with a game or two on the outside boards and sort of eased into it. Meulenkamp's been throwing really well. His double in has been exceptional.
Tops now, double 10. Don't put the kibosh on it, Chris. Double 10 for 4-0.
32.
Well,
fortunately, time is on his side. 2-2-1 for Lamb.
Wazza was in here, he'd have been talking about lambs to the
60.
slaughter, wouldn't he?
Definitely be cheese involved somewhere. Or mint sauce.
4-0. Only 2 more needed. The big turnaround now if Lamb gets back into this, and he's not really showing too many signs of doing so.
No.
Dean Reynolds has just got through.
Yeah, good player.
6-2. Rattled off 3 on the spin to put Andy Roberts out of the competition.
Good player, Andy Roberts. No mug.
57.
Dean Reynolds, we know, is a talent. Nice to see Rocket Ronnie going through. It'd be good to see him get a bit of a run, wouldn't it? He's just slid down the rankings a wee bit over the last year or two.
Yeah, he's had a terrible time with a muscle injury in his arm, and
42.
He just won't. The thing is, he needs to rest, but he can't afford really not to play, especially always busy on the exhibition circuit. So it's tough.
And if you're just joining us and haven't got the news, Michael van Gerwen misses this
81.
competition. Didn't play in the Premier League last night because of this back problem he's got, and he's the defending champion here, but won't be playing. So the #1 seed, or the #1 ranked player, is absent.
96.
Anybody who's had back trouble, you get my sympathy, certainly.
Yeah. It might take him some time because obviously he's got quite an unusual stance. He leans and twists into the board, so he'll have to give it plenty of time to recover properly.
Well, when people talk about players being well nigh invincible, you know, he might be a brilliant player, might be a sublime talent, but he's still a human being, and these things happen.
Although he does play like a robot. This is better. He's thrown a little bit quicker, or is it me?
21.
Well,
looks like he's
maybe the pressure's off a bit. He's sort of thinking,
Yep.
you know, you're in that last chance saloon, to use a darting cliche, and he's sort of thinking, there you go, just keeping the arm
97.
moving and
just letting
maybe
his hands go.
throwing a little bit looser.
Yeah. Unusual. Got a ring on his
Double
finger.
18.
Unusual for players to wear jewellery on their throwing hand.
32.
132. He's looking at the ball.
It's a bit closer than his last attempt.
Now, is this the moment Lamb's going to get himself into this match with a leg at last? Double 9.
A leg of lamb.
He's going straight at it.
We could go on forever with that, I think.
Double 4. Oh, he's got one.
Well done.
All he needs now is to rack up a few more.
Yep. Wow, John. On fire.
Sorry, mate.
100.
Ooh,
45.
that was a bit floaty, that one.
Not helped. Is it just getting to him a bit, do you think, playing up there on that big stage and with the TV cameras there?
Yeah, you can see him repeatedly going over and
81.
going over his action and his release. He's obviously feeling the pressure. He's trying to get that arm as smooth and fluid as possible. He's been around a few years. I've watched him playing many tour events, and he's a quiet player when he's on his A game. been a little bit too solid for him, Meulenkamp, if not spectacular.
Just 2 more legs required, and Meulenkamp will be through into the next round.
43.
Another little rueful shake of the head from Lamb. PDC ranked number 124. Ting Chai Royden Lamb to give him his Sunday best.
60.
He'll have to be better than this if he is going to be here on Sunday.
He's got a few quid, you know.
Has he?
Royden, yeah. His mates call him Minted.
140.
Might see if I can tap him up for a few bob later.
Minted Lamb. Oh dear.
Oh dear. Hello, Robin Hood. Go on, see if you can get one on the end of that. If he gets another one, that'll be something I've never seen. Only one of those counts, by the way. Oh, good dart.
Great dart. I've only seen it once. I can't remember. Don't
What,
ask me.
3 of them?
Yeah. I actually watched it the other day. I'm sure someone will.
Somewhere there on YouTube, is it?
Yeah. No doubt someone will
60.
tweet
On
me
you
who it was.
80.
80 then for 5-0. Oh, good dart, double 10.
2 at double 10.
Oh, brilliant.
Shot to the sixth leg.
Finishing's been very solid.
Yeah.
7 leg Royden to throw first. Game on.
Happy boy.
So he should be 5-1 up. You'd have known this was a potential banana skin
60.
of a game.
Still a shot.
This will give him a lot of confidence going into round 2.
Meulenkamp got into this competition through qualification performances. Last 32 in the second qualifier he got to, and last 64 in the third. And at the moment,
140.
proving to be a worthy favourite to win this match.
Yeah, he plays the winner of Lee Evans or Andrew Davison.
96.
Lamb holding on to throw in this leg so far. Unlucky that. Leaves the door slightly ajar.
1040 would be handy.
Well, he might switch. That didn't look like it. Went into the board to.
Is it a tad dangly? He's going for 18, I think. Oh dear. That's made a little bit of a hash of it.
82.
Sometimes you can get a little bit of a hard spot on the board.
118 to make it 5-2. Treble 20, first port of call. Or
Can't
not.
finish. Nice finish now for Ron. 419's ball. 619's double 6.
78. On you require 126.
Oh dear.
Or that way. 100 left.
46.
Made a mess of that.
Royden,
Should
you
have put
require
Lamb under a bit more
40.
pressure.
Topson to claw one back. Double 10. For 5-2. That's got to be a good marker, surely.
20.
It's not happening for him today.
On you require 80.
Did this in the last leg.
This is for the match.
60. Right, and
That
you
would have come out of his hand, and I can
20.
assure you, you'd have thought that's in. Doesn't want to go inside this tens. Things will get twitchy then.
Got to go for it, though, hasn't he?
Yeah.
A little bit nearer, mate. Big darts.
No score.
Never looked on, did it?
Run, you require 20.
Double 10 then for the match for Ron Meulenkamp, the Dutchman. Oh, double 5. And puts it away. And ultimately takes a fairly convincing, pretty straightforward victory against these Hong Kong opponents who didn't really play here. Never showed us what he's capable of. Ron Meulenkamp finishing well. Solid performance, not spectacular, but he comes through as an easy winner by 6 legs to 1 through into the next round.
Big Dutchman Ron Meulenkamp is through to the last 95 of the UK Open darts here in Minehead. He has swept away the man from Hong Kong, Ting Chi Royden Lam. Did not take his chances today. 6-1 the scoreline here on the main stage. Well, over on board 2, almost as comfortable for the Welshman Dean Reynolds, fancied by a few people here to go a long way in this tournament. He beat Andy Roberts 6-2, and he had plenty of support by the sounds of it as well. It's chuffed to bits, doesn't it? Well, how are some of our other first-round matches going on, I wonder? Ned Bolting's been joined in the engine room by Alan Warren a little to reveal all for us.
Absolutely, Jackie. A change of the guard here, down here. The Shine retiring Chris Mason, replaced by the often strobing shirt of Alan Warren a little with the vertical stripes. I hope you're not watching comfortably back home. You're always told not to wear stripes.
It's supposed to make you thinner. I need 3 shirts.
Well. Let's have a look at some of the outstanding results of the last few minutes down here, as you say, Jackie, in the engine room. Board 3's been a cracker. Johnny Haynes, a whitewash against Wayne Morris, 6-zip. That's an impressive result from 2 qualifiers there. And then Jordi Mouvissa, I hope I pronounced that correctly, a Dutchman edging out Martin Biggs. Bit tighter this one, 6-4. And another Dutchman going down. He had darts to win it, did Jeffrey Deswan, but in the decider, Darren Johnson got the better of him. 6-5 the winner against Deswan. Moving on to board 6 then. Another very, very impressive display, this time for Johnny Clayton, 6-1, the winner against Jimmy McIlroy, McKinley, I should say. And then, in the decider again on board 7, Lee Evans, 6-5 win against Andrew Davidson. And finally, here's a familiar face from the players towards the back end of last year, big Vincent Campos. Well, this time he's been defeated 6-3 by young Ryan Meikle. And Alan, he's a player you know a thing or two about. You know, I think 20 years old and obviously a real prospect.
Great young player, yeah. He plays in our development tour as well. Got himself a tour card and getting himself a good name on the tour. You know, he's got all the years ahead of him, but you know what these kids are like. They want it straight away, don't they? But he's a dangerous player, but he's got a lot of experience already in his youth.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you've been down here the last few years. This is decidedly more packed and more boisterous than in previous years, isn't it? I mean, it really
we noticed that early on. We were talking about it, weren't we? I think because we're getting more and more of the real darts fans here, and they want to watch 3, 4, 5, 6 games at once. They can go and watch one and then nip over to the other one. Yeah. Whereas if you're in the main hall, you've just got the one game to watch. Yeah. So you've got a good hardcore dart fan in this area.
How off-putting is it? Because this is as noisy as I can remember it. So you're getting cheers, you know, from board 8, and it's interrupting the play on board 2 a little bit. And
yeah, I think with some of these players, certainly the qualifiers, it won't matter because they'll be kind of used to it. When you get the tour card holders maybe, or the higher ranked players who haven't quite maybe got in the seeding positions yet, they'll probably find it a little bit harder because they're not used to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got the likes of Terry Jenkins, Andy Jenkins, Andrew Gilding, names like that still to come. The second round, by the way, is very nearly underway here. We're rattling through our games, Jackie.
Thank you very much, lads. Well, we've got plenty of action coming your way in a few minutes. Confirmation of the scores so far. We've heard about a few of them. Matches still in play. Kirk Shepherd, former World Championship runner-up, of course, famously 3-all against Mark Barilli. Rob Hewson is through, beating Richie Edhouse, who famously beat Michael Van Gerwen recently in one of the qualifiers. Absolutely extraordinary that was. Paul Barham 4-2 up against Brett Clayton, and 2-2 with Leighton and Newell. Jermaine Watimena, very easy passage for him against Kai Fan Lung, and Jonathan Worsley going well against Dave Prince. Early stages in the Pass-Paletti match. Okay, well, coming up, Ned will be keeping a close eye on Paul Hogan's walk-on. 2 years ago, if you recall, he encouraged Crocodile Dundee to take an inflatable up on stage with him. Crocodile one, funnily enough. I wonder if he's got one handy today. We shall find out very shortly.